Okay, so let's talk about standard one, the prerequisite skills for stats. So primarily, this is all about just distinguishing between categorical and quantitative variables. So categorical variables are variables where the data fits very nicely into distinguishable categories, whereas quantitative data is often numerical with units. But really, the key difference is that with quantitative data, the average or the mean has meaning within the context of the problem. So, for example, if I was to ask you about the heights of individuals in a classroom, you could theoretically find the average height of those individuals, which makes the variable quantitative. Whereas categorical is something that breaks it into categories where there's really not a way to numerically assess the information. So, for example, we could talk about students in a classroom being tall versus average height versus short. And we summarize categorical data with pie charts and bar graphs, but for the sake of our standards, we are going to focus on your ability to distinguish between whether variables are quantitative or categorical. So go ahead and try these problems. Pause the video when you're ready. You can go ahead and hit play and we'll go over the answers. So lengths of sharpened pencils in centimeters are quantitative because I could theoretically find the average length of sharpened pencils in centimeters. Eye color of children in a second grade classroom is categorical. Students might have green eyes or blue eyes or hazel eyes or brown eyes, but I can't really find the average if I was to think about adding up blue and green and hazel and brown. Points scored by the Celtics in away games is quantitative. You could certainly find the average number of points scored by the Celtics in their away games. And home zip codes, this is a tricky one. This is categorical. And the reason for that is because while you could theoretically add up a bunch of zip codes and find the average, that number really wouldn't have much meaning in the context of the problem, right? Like if I took my zip code and added it with your zip code and we divided by two, it's not like that answer would tell us anything about the location of two people. And that's standard one.